All right, welcome back. It is the Vegas Take, Sharp and Shapiro. I'm getting deserted by my co-host. He just left the studio and said he's playing in a big poker game that he was invited to, and he just left. You can't make this stuff up. My co-host just left the show and said he is playing in a poker game. I'm astounded. I feel deserted here. Does anybody want to be my co-host? Oh, we got a guy on the line. Maybe he'll take the job. Joining us right now on the line, he is the who, what, when, and where of Las Vegas. That he is Mr. Vegas next to Wayne Newton. That is Johnny Katz from the Review Journal. Johnny, I guess you're my co-host for the next 20 minutes.
What is going on over there? You guys broke up over a card game, huh?
He is a poker degenerate, and he left the show to play in a poker game. And I said, JD, the game will still be going on. And he had the urge, he had the itch to leave and lose all his money. And that's probably what's going to happen.
Wow. All right. Well, we got to follow this up next week, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
I wish him well.
I guess so. Yeah, I wish him well, too.
He would break even if he's with us.
That's true. He probably would. So what is going on? Where are you at tonight, Mr. Katz?
I'm at the Flamingo Las Vegas, where in a few minutes I'm going to be checking out Piff the Magic Dragon.
Oh, he's funny.
Yeah, he's very funny. He's sold out tonight, tomorrow, and his next 3 shows are sold out. So
I love
he's
his
doing really well
sarcastic humor. I love it.
Yeah, he's very intelligent in what he does. The whole thing with the dragon suit and his attitude is great. He uses quiet really well.
He does.
In his act, Yeah, the nuance stuff is great, and he works, man. He works in town, and I'm just catching up. He's added some stuff to the show, so just coming back to reconnect with him.
Very, very cool. So tomorrow is Friday, and obviously Friday and Saturday night are big nights for you. What is trending and what is going on in Vegas this weekend?
Well, I will tell you that tomorrow night is interesting. Tomorrow night is the Naked Magicians opening at the MGM Grand at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club. These guys, I've gotten to know them. They've been in town the last few days in their preview period. They're Mike Tyler and Christopher Wayne. They have a 10 o'clock show, and it is Naked Magicians. And they do go full frontal in this show near the end, what I've understood. But they're legit magicians.
So how old do you have to be at this show?
This is an adult show, so I think it's 18. I believe it's 18.
I'm just thinking of parents bringing their kids, and all of a sudden you got 2 magicians showing their dinglings at the end of the show.
Yeah, this ain't Mac King. No. This is a whole different.
So
flavor.
it's
but
not.
They're actually Australian guys who are magicians who became naked magicians later in their development. So.
Sounds like a show Mike Hammer should join. I'm going to give our friend Mike Hammer a call, see if he wants to join them. We can make it a threesome.
Oh, Mike, you missed an opportunity, Mike. This could have been you. Mike, he'll have a line for this. Mike will have a line for the Naked Magician show.
So they're completely naked. Where did you say they were at again?
Hey, Brad Garrett's Comedy Club at the Underground at the MGM.
Oh, yeah, I've been there before.
That's where Tyson's show was.
Sure, yeah, I saw
the Tyson slot. Yeah, this means no Tyson show for a while.
So,
yeah,
why is it that they decide to be naked? I'm just trying to figure out why they decided to do that. That's
to be different.
It's definitely different.
22, my count, 22 magic acts in Las Vegas, 22 headliners acts. There's only one Naked Magicians, so I think that's why they've been doing. Although they toured this all over the place, and they do really well. So it's a different approach to a familiar art form.
So they're not. It's not like puppetry of the penis, right? They're not doing magic tricks with their genitalia. They're not doing that.
And keep in mind, I haven't seen them yet, but they do regular magic as in various stages of disrobe, and they incorporate their nakedness into the act. But yeah, that's.
I don't know if I could stomach that. It's not that I'm like, it's not like I'm homophobic or anything like that. It's not like I just don't enjoy looking at naked men. That's all. I mean, that's just the way I am.
Did you ever see puppetry? Did you see puppetry?
No, I don't think I could. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could.
It's damn funny. But it's the same thing. I like what Brad Garrett told me when they booked it. Because Brad subleased the room to these guys. He is in charge of the programming in that theater. And I asked him for a quote, and he says, just make sure they don't stir your drinks without using their hands. So there's that from Brad Garrett. And,
that's really funny.
Yeah, Garrett never disappoints. He never disappoints.
So what time is the show, and how long are they going to be here for?
It's open-ended, no joke, and it's a 10 o'clock show nightly. I think they're dark.
All right.
Dark one night
I
a week.
expect an update.
This is a residency run, yeah.
All right, I would expect an update from you next week on that one. All right, so that's what you're checking out tomorrow night. What you got going on this weekend on Saturday?
I will be, I don't know about my Saturday. I did check out, the one thing I will endorse is a couple of shows. Another magic show, Xavier Mortimer over at Windows Showroom at Bally's. He's just formally open. He's great. He's got the 6 o'clock slot there. And also the Bronx Wanderers. They've opened over at Link Hotel in the Matt Franco Theater. They're the family act that plays a lot of rock and roll covers, and it's an autobiographical show. They're really a lot of fun, and they toggle times with Matt in that theater. So those are the other shows. I've seen them already, but I don't know what I might go see a residency show Saturday. Might return to Mariah Carey or something like that.
Oh,
and
cool.
on Sunday night, I got to tell you, on Sunday night, and you should be at this at 8 o'clock p.m. Sunday at the Copa Room at Tuscany. We're doing an open show for St. Baldrick's. It's a bunch of singers are coming in to sing under the theme of Call of the Wild, and we're raising money for St. Baldrick's, and it's also my early birthday party.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we have Frankie Moreno, we have Vinay from Bronx Wanderers, we have a whole bunch of people coming in.
You got to get Mr. Hammer to come out for that.
Yeah, he's usually been to this. Ann Martinez, Paul Shortino from Raiding the Rock Vault.
Oh, Paul's awesome. Yep.
Zoe Bowie, Stephanie Calvert.
Oh, you got a lot of great entertainers there.
Hey, dude, it's Jimmy Denning from the Tenors of Rock.
Sure.
Is in this thing, and Michael Shapiro from Reckless in Vegas. These guys worldwide are in it. Enoch Augustus Scott from Zombie Burlesque is going to sing. It's a whole night,
wow.
And it's all themed for animals this year, and it's free, open, and it is a
and give me that information again. Where is it, and what time does it start on Sunday?
8 p.m. at the Copa Room at Tuscany Suites.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I think I might have to check that out.
Fun. This is the third year we've done it at Tuscany. We've done it before at the old Tropicana Lounge. We had it at Rose Rabbit Live one year. And it's a party, man. It is really, really fun. And we passed a bucket a couple times to raise money for. I always shave my head. I think I've talked about that. This will be March 9th this year. I shaved my head for St. Baldrick's. And it's
so you look like me. That's good.
But all you need to know is just bring a little bit of disposable cash and show up anytime after the Oscars, and you will have a good night.
I'm gonna have to do that. That sounds like a lot of fun. I hope some of the listeners check that out. It sounds like it's for a great cause too. I have to ask you about this. You've been covering entertainment for so long. Have you ever seen a story like this? The way this Jussie Smollett thing has just transpired over the course of the last few weeks.
Here's a Vegas angle on that, by the way. Jussie Smollett was on the early list for performers at the annual Power of Love Gala, which is happening March 16th.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
In fact, I reported it before all this happened. I had the first initial list, and he was in it.
Oh, my
I didn't know much
God.
about Jussie Smollett at all. But then I updated it. They sent a new list, and he was still on it. And right at that moment, this all broke, and you can imagine the Cleveland Clinic, the thing's a fundraiser for the Cleveland Clinic Lou Rubro Center for Brain Health. The people in Cleveland want no part of this, so he's off. But he was actually supposed to be performing in Las Vegas next month.
Holy smokes.
Other than it's, you know what it is? It's just a strange story. I look at it that way. It's just a strange thing.
Are you surprised? Are you surprised, Johnny, that he's right now as we speak, he's filming for Empire. Right now, he's on set. Are you surprised?
Yeah. The whole thing surprises me, all of it.
It's just
everything about this surprises me. But I don't know. I can't predict the future. I know that what the guy did was the thing about this was it was a waste of resources in that jurisdiction for law enforcement. That's one thing we have to keep in mind. Thousands of hours of police work went into this. Fake story. So it was that is where I really become aware.
Do you think he will ever? Is his career over? I mean, did he commit career suicide? You've been doing this for a long time.
I don't know. It depends on what direction he wants to take his career. Yeah. I mean, the way the entertainment world works now, there's always a niche for somebody out there. I can't say never. We've had people do all kinds of crazy things out in public and wind up performing again. I can't say. I can't predict. I just know that this is not like a generation ago where the entertainment field was very, was very cut and dried. If you did something ridiculous, you'd never perform again because there were so few outlets. Now we have so many ways to reach an audience. Jussie Smollett could become have an epiphany, become a speaker on the circuit, an inspirational speaker. He could talk about recovering from craziness in his career. There could be any which way. There's a lot of examples of this in the world, and I can't say never about anybody.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, obviously, I don't think we would have even known about this story and nobody would have been commenting on it if it was real and it wasn't a celebrity. That's the crazy thing about this. It's the only reason why we even found out about this is because he's a celebrity. And I said this, Johnny, this is my concern. Eventually, there's going to be some sort of public apology. The incredible thing is he was on the Empire set today, and he's still denying it. They read his text messages in the courtroom today, and he's still denying it. How does this guy does he have some sort of crazy complex where, at this point, how do you deny this? How?
To wait, you know what? Wait a week and the whole narrative will be different. Wait a few days. This is the kind of thing that has, it's different than it was a week ago. It'll be different in another week. And that's all I can say. I don't, the fact that he's a celebrity makes it weird. It makes it even stranger. And I don't know what kind of explanation you can offer in something like this other than you were just being ridiculous. But that's all I can say.
Yeah,
Perspective is important in a thing like this. Right now,
I'm with you.
I've never even seen Empire, so I'd never heard of him.
Neither have I.
I wrote his name.
I didn't even know who he was.
I wrote his name.
I had 2 weeks ago. I didn't even know who this guy was. And you're saying he was going to be performing at this Lou Ruvo Gala thing?
Yeah, he has a recording career too. And he wasn't. This is a list of people, by the way, that includes. It's an honoring Lionel Richie. But, it's like Neo's on it, Miguel's on it. These are fairly well-known people. Bernie Williams, the ex-Yankee, who's an incredible guitar player, he's in the lineup. And Jussie Smollett was listed among those artists. And I look at it and I say, okay, this guy's a TV star, and he must have some sort of recording career and can add to the tribute to Lionel Richie. And then, so that's the context in which he was enlisted to perform at this thing.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be at any charity events anytime soon.
I'm sure the people in Cleveland at the Cleveland Clinic and even here in Las Vegas were not too happy to learn of this in the first place. So,
yeah. This is it's a horrible situation. There are no winners here. Everybody loses in this situation. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
It'll be like anything else. It'll run its cycle, and then who knows? Maybe Jussie will be on the road. He'll be doing a one-man show off Broadway somewhere. Who knows what happens to these people? But
we'll see.
We got other fish to fry in this world, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of other issues going on in Chicago.
Right?
They shouldn't be focused so much on this, but
other issues everywhere, man.
You know the way the world works, man. We just had Mike Babcock from TMZ on, in this TMZ type world, these are the stories that the media just feasts upon.
Oh, it's a big deal.
Yeah,
I mean,
no doubt.
It's a hot topic. It's not maybe not but it'll run its course. It'll run hot for a while, and then
we won't. In a month from now,
yeah,
in a month from now, everyone's going to forget about this after the some sort of plea deal. Yeah, I agree. All right, Johnny.
So.
Johnny, before we let you go, my man, why don't you tell some people what you're working on? What articles can we look forward to seeing from you?
You will read in the column that is just posted a show called Heartbreak Hotel. It's an Elvis-themed musical. Elvis Presley's Heartbreak Hotel is opening April 15th at the Harris Showroom for an open-ended run. This is the room that had $1 Million Quartet. And it's a stage show about Elvis. It's the prequel to $1 Million Quartet, and it's coming in. So you're going to read about that in the column. And also in the next few days, you're going to read about a new show coming from Spiegel World, the people who brought absinthe to Las Vegas.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's going to be a big deal. And it's going to be within the next week, we're going to have it all tied up. But it's based on atomic energy, this show.
Oh.
Atomic show. Yeah. It's old Vegas, cowboy era Vegas, atomic show, that kind of thing. So Spiegel World is going to attack that topic and make it funny. So that's coming down the pike, too.
Cool. Well, we look forward to that. We hope you have a fantastic weekend. You're always busy out and about doing a little bit of everything. So look forward to catching up with you again next week. And also wanted to say one of your friends we're actually having on the show. When are we having? Actually, I believe it's Monday. One of the singers in the show Sexy, Charlene Carabio will be joining us in studio. Yes.
Yep, I know Charlene.
Yes.
Yep.
So she'll be joining us on Monday. She's she's lead singer on that show. So she'll be joining us in studio Monday. That's a fun show. Johnny, always appreciate it when you join us, my man. Thanks for your time. Have fun with Puff the Magic Dragon.
Yeah, I'll see you soon, sir.
All right, thank you. That's Johnny Kats. Does a fantastic job. Not just coming on the show, man. He just knows everything and anything that is happening in Vegas. So there you go. If you want to see a couple of naked magicians, I know that Ken Thompson would enjoy that show. That is totally up Ken Thompson's alley. He would totally take a date to, maybe him and C. Wynn could go see the show tomorrow night. The Naked Magician Show at the Brad Garrett Comedy Club with full male nudity. Actually, I'm surprised Ken didn't star in that show. I don't know. I'm surprised. I heard they're going to be juggling some balls in that show. I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see. Can you imagine that? Like, again, like I've been to the Chippendale show. right? As a straight man, nothing wrong with enjoying a man. If you're a man, I'm not, not criticizing. I'm just saying I'm a straight guy. I've gone to the Chippendale show with a date before, and it was tasteful. It's not that I enjoy looking at men in Speedos or half naked. I don't. It's not fun for me, but it was a funny show, right? And we had Perez Hilton on, and he was like a celebrity guest on the show. That's why I went to another time, and it was fun. It wasn't horrible. But when you see complete male nudity, I'm not a big fan of that. Am I crazy saying that as a straight guy? I don't enjoy watching another man perform magic or perform anything else when he is completely naked. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. Does that make me weird? Doesn't make me homophobic. I'm just saying I don't enjoy it. That's all. I would rather see an attractive woman take her clothes off and do magic. I would find that more enjoyable. I would focus on that. That would be cool to watch. Why can't we? That's what I should have asked Johnny Katz. Why can't we have a show called Two Naked Women Magicians? Why can't we have that? That's a show I would totally be on board with watching. Absolutely, 100% I'm in. I'm all for it. But hey, I hope the show does well, because I don't care whether you're a stripper or you're in Chippendales, or you're two naked guys doing a magic show. It cannot be easy taking all your clothes off in front of many strangers. I have all the respect in the world for people that do stuff like that for a living. That is not an easy way to do a job while trying to do magic on stage. That is difficult. So kudos to them. I hope the show does well. And I look forward to a very good update on that show from Mr. Johnny Katz. And yeah, by the way, that is true. We're having Charlene Carabio in studio on Monday. She is the lead singer for the show Sexy at Westgate. That show's going strong, man. Trust me, these topless shows in Vegas, it's very difficult to have staying power with some of these shows. What was that show? I'm trying to remember that show that was at the Riviera for years, but that was one of the more popular shows. One of the more popular topless shows. Yes, I have attended to a few of those shows here and there. I have. I admit that. And they're fun. They're a lot of fun. I had a good time. I've always had a good time at those shows. So that'll be fun checking in with Charlene on Monday. She'll be in studio. Tomorrow on the show, by the way, Jim Gemma, who works for the Aviators, the new AAA Oakland A's ball club, that stadium is going to be done. I think it's like in like 90 days or something. That stadium is done, and they got to get it done for spring training. So we're having Jim on the show to talk a little bit about that, but a big reason why we wanted him on, he's PR for the Aviators. They're having this huge job expo. And a job expo because they're creating hundreds of jobs at this new stadium, which is going to be right near Red Rock, which is almost done right now. If you drive by there, you can see the developments are fantastic. So a huge, if you're looking for a job, if you're looking for a part-time gig, that might be pretty cool to check that out. And we'll talk to Jim about that tomorrow. But anything that creates a bunch of jobs here in Vegas, and that'd be kind of a cool little job. You're working for an organization. You're working in the stadium, a new stadium, a new team that is going to be playing professional ball here in Vegas. That's kind of cool. So Jim will be on tomorrow to discuss a little bit about that. So that'll be a lot of fun. And of course, we're going to preview a very big basketball game in Las Vegas over the weekend. On Saturday, the Aztecs come to town of San Diego State. They're coming off an enormous win against Nevada Reno last night on national television. Huge win for San Diego State. Now, San Diego State right now, if I'm not mistaken, they are 4th in the Mountain West Conference, and UNLV is 5th. But if UNLV can win this game, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a half a game difference. There might be a tie there. I'm not sure. But this San Diego State UNLV game, in my opinion, is probably going to be the quarterfinal game in the Mountain West Conference tournament, because I see San Diego State being the 4, and I see UNLV most likely being the 5 when this tournament starts. I don't think too many other crazy things are going to change. I know Fresno State had a really bad loss to Air Force yesterday. I don't know what happened there at home. That was a weird loss for Fresno. Got to give those Air Force kids credit, though, man. They play hard. They play good, solid defense. They play hard. But look, Utah State is going to be right there with Fresno as the number 2 and the number 3 in the league. I don't think there's any question about that. San Diego State is playing much better now, so they are a dangerous team. If I'm UNLV, I absolutely do not want to play San Diego State in the Mountain West Conference tournament quarterfinal game. That is not a team I'd want to play right now. They are playing well, and they are playing better. And they are a very, very good defensive team. I don't know if they're as good as say, Fresno is defensively, but they're very good. I don't know how this game is going to end on Saturday. I'm not sure it's probably going to be close to a pick 'em. And if UNLV is favored, it's not going to be by many, maybe a couple. You know, UNLV has struggled against two of the worst teams in the Mountain West Conference in Wyoming and San Jose State. And yes, I get it. They won 2 games on the road. I understand that. But this was a one-possession game against San Jose State with a minute to go. And it was a one-possession game against Wyoming with like 4 minutes to go. That's not good. It means they're not playing good basketball. It means they're not doing what they need to do to win games handily against teams you're supposed to annihilate. So my original thought on this is I think San Diego State gets the W. But again, we'll preview it tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Of course, all the news of the day. Any Smollett updates, we will give it to you tomorrow. And of course, the border wall and the emergency. We'll get to that as well. We'll talk about that tomorrow. That's what we do here on the show. We always have fun, even though my co-host has deserted me for the last segment because he went to go play a poker game. That's okay. We'll give him crap about that tomorrow. The legend himself, Ken Thompson, is coming up next. Maybe he'll have some naked magic tickets to give away. I don't know. I'll ask him. Maybe he's got a few extra ones in his pocket. Anyway, I hope everyone has a great Thursday night. Hopefully the snow out there isn't destroying you. Hopefully the roads are okay. Have a great night, everybody. Ken Thompson coming up next. Thank you for listening to The Vegas Take. Have a good one.